Hi guys. In the previous video we discussed about rules to write a C program, escape sequences that are used to print the output, and how to write comments in C language. If you don't see the previous video, see it now by the link in the description. If you were new to the channel, subscribe to the channel for more videos, and don't forget to activate the bell icon. In this video we will discuss about declaration of variable and assigning values to it in detail. Without doing late, let's get into the topic. First we will discuss what is meant by a variable. Variable is a container, which is used to store the data like numbers, characters, and so on. Let's take an example for better understanding. Consider a jar which is a container. Assume jar as a variable. We use this jar to store some food, or water, or pickles. Like that, here variable is a container that is used to store some data. In C, there are different type of variables defined with different keywords. For example, int stores integer values which are whole numbers like -55, 10, 20, etc. Float used to store decimal values like 0.5, 1.2, 100.2, etc. Char used to store single characters like a, b, c, etc. Now, discuss about declaration of a variable and assigning values to a variable. In the previous video, we saw the correct naming of a variable in rules. There are two ways to declare a variable and assigning values to it. In the first way, declaration and assignment will be done at same time, and for second way, declaration done at one line and assignment in other line. Following is the syntax for first way. First, we need to write the data type. This data type indicates which type of the values that a variable store. Some of the data types like int, float, char, followed by a space, and then we need to write the name of a variable. We call this as declaration of a variable. If you want to assign some value to the variable, write an equals operator after the name of the variable and then write the value of particular data type. Here equals acts as an assignment operator. It assigns the right side value to the variable on left side. We will discuss in detail about this equals operator in operators topic. Following is the example to first way. Here, in this following example, we created a variable n1 of type integer, and assigned an integer value 15 to it. So, here 15 is stored by the variable n1. There is another way to declare and assign the value. In the previous way we declared and assigned the value in one statement. Now, in the second way, declaration of a variable will be done in one line and assignment on other line. Following is the syntax for the second way. As like the previous way, we will declare a variable number with a specific data type. Consider the following example. Here, as like the previous example, we declared a variable n1 of type int. After declaring the variable, we closed that statement with semicolon. In the next line we assigned an integer value 15 to it. While assigning the value after a few, there is no need to declare that variable again. Just write the variable name that declared previous and assign value to it. Here n1 is assigned with integer value 15. And we use this variable n1 as many number of times to store other integer values. Now, we will discuss about displaying the stored values of the variable on the output screen. To print the stored values we use printf statement. This printf statement is discussed in the previous videos. If you don't see the previous videos, see the videos by the link in the description. Let us consider example n1 discussed earlier. Now, if you want to print the value of the n1, we need to follow the following syntax. Here, in the printf statement, we need to specify the format specifier, inside the double quotes, and then variable name, after the double quotes. These format specifiers are used to tell the compiler what kind of the data that a particular variable is storing. A format specifier is formed with a % sign followed by a character. Following are the sum of the format specifiers. %d is used to print the integer data on the output screen. %f is another format specifier used to print floating values like 0.1, 1.52 etc. %c is used to print characters that mean small and capital letters on the output screen. Along with these, C language supports other format specifiers like %lf, %ld, %o, %u and so on. I think you got the clarity about format specifiers. Now, let's execute a program in the code blocks. Open the codeblocks IDE and create an empty file. Save the file with the name variables. After creating the file, write the example previously we discussed, as shown here. First write the header part which contains the stdio.h library, and then write the main function, with return type void or int. Give me a minute, I will increase the text size. Now, declare a variable n of type integer and assign integer value to it. Now write the printf statement to print the value of n. Here, %d prints the integer value stored by the variable n. After done with writing the code, run the code. Here, it prints the values of n as 15. We also include some text within the double quotes. Write some text in the double quotes and run the code. You can see both the text and the value of n. Actually, compiler executes from left to right, so it prints the text data first and then the value of n. Now we will write the code for the second way to declare a variable. At first declare the variable n and in next line assign some integer value to it. Write the printf statement to print the value of n. After, done with writing the code, run the program. Here for the both ways output is same. Now, let's see how to assign multiple values to a single variable. First, declare a variable in first line. After that in next line assign some value to it, and then write the printf statement to print the output. This line will print the n value as 15. Let's run the code. It printed n value as 15. Now, write the multiple values to the variable n as I write here. After every time assigning values to the variable, write the printf statement. Here it prints the two values of n, and both printf statements printed in single lines. To print them in separate lines, write \n in second printf statement. Now let's see the program to create multiple variables. Follow the video and write the code. Here, we can print the values in two ways. First one is, writing printf every time to print every value. Second way is writing all printfs in one statement. Here, while writing single printf we need to be careful in order. If we write first integer format specifier first, then we must write integer variable, otherwise it prints wrong values. Now let's see declaring multiple values in one line. Follow the video carefully. Here, we will create a multiple variables in multiple lines. But this increased essays the number of lines of code. So, instead of writing in multiple lines, let's write the code in single line. After, done with writing, run the code to see the output. Now let's see how to declare multiple variables with same value. First, declare all the variables without assigning any value like here. In the next line write all the variables separated by equals as like I wrote and then assign the value. After that run the code. You can see all the variables contain the same value. Let's change the value and run the code. Let's discuss a question. Here the question is, write a C program to print the sum of two numbers. First number is 15 and second number is 25. The logic for this is simple addition with plus. So, let's write code. First declare two variables a and b, and assign a to 15 and b to 29. Now, create another variable c to store the sum. Here the sum of a and b is stored by c. In next line write the printf statement and run the code. I think you understand the concept of variables. Practice the programs to remember. You need to try the question which is shown on the screen. If you are able to solve that question, then you understood this concept. I will give the code for this question in the next video, else comment if you want the code. Thanks for watching.